Hello everyone. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I work day and night, pouring my energy into research, writing, and narration to raise the honor and dignity of the Philippines. I dig through history, I gather facts, I stay up until late hours so I can bring you stories that are not only informative but that keep alive the spirit of those who defend our seas. And yet, so often, I do not even get the reward of a simple subscribe. That can be discouraging, because this is not just about me. This is about keeping alive the memory of our heroes, keeping alive the truth of our Navy, keeping alive the pride of our nation. So before we begin, I ask from the heart, please, if you value the sacrifices of those who stand watch on the waters day and night, hit that subscribe button, because together we can keep their story alive. Today, we speak about a ship, but not just any ship. A ship that represents a turning point for the Philippine Navy. A ship that embodies resilience, loyalty, and service. This is BRP Jose Andrada, hull number PC-370, the lead ship of the Jose Andrada-class coastal patrol craft. When she joined the fleet in the early 1990s, she was more than steel and engines, she was a promise. A promise that the Philippines would watch over its seas, would guard its islands, would never turn away from its duty to protect its people. The name itself is powerful. Jose Andrada was the very first Filipino Commandant of what would become the Philippine Coast Guard. He was a leader, a pioneer, a man who believed in service before self. Naming the lead ship after him was not just an honor, it was a declaration. Every patrol, every wave the ship cuts through, carries the name and legacy of Jose Andrada himself. Technically, BRP Jose Andrada may seem small when compared to frigates or destroyers in other navies. Her length is just around 23 meters, her displacement only about 70 tons. But do not be deceived by size. Within that compact frame lies agility, endurance, and purpose. Built to U.S. Coast Guard standards, her aluminum hull makes her fast and light. Two Detroit diesel engines generate a combined 2,800 horsepower, pushing her to a maximum speed of 28 knots. That is more than enough to chase down smugglers, to intercept pirates, to arrive first when an emergency strikes. Her endurance allows her to cover 1,200 nautical miles at a cruising speed of 12 knots, or 600 nautical miles at higher speeds. For a country made up of more than 7,000 islands, that endurance is priceless. Her weapons are straightforward but reliable. 4 Browning M2.50 caliber heavy machine guns, 2 M67.62mm machine guns, mounted to provide fields of fire against fast boats and small threats. The first batch of this class, including PC-370, was planned to carry a 25mm Bushmaster chain gun, though it was never mounted. Still, the ship's deterrence does not lie in heavy cannons. It lies in presence. When this craft appears on the horizon, painted in the colors of the Philippine Navy, flying the national flag, it sends a clear message. These waters are guarded, these waters are watched, these waters are ours. Over the years, BRP Jose Andrada has lived that mission. She has patrolled countless stretches of sea, watching over fishermen as they cast their nets, warning away those who would steal resources that do not belong to them. She has chased down smugglers who try to move goods in the dark of night. She has supported counterterrorism operations near troubled coasts, serving as a rapid response platform for security forces. And when the storms came, as they so often do in the Philippines, she became a lifeline. Relief goods, medical teams, evacuees, Jose Andrada carried them to safety. That is the dual life of a patrol craft, a shield in times of peace, a sword in times of danger, and a lifeboat in times of disaster. Think about it. Out at sea, in the middle of a dark night, rain lashing against the deck, waves pounding the hull. The crew stands at their posts, eyes on the radar, hands gripping the wheel, fingers near the triggers of mounted weapons. They do not complain, they do not sleep, they do not falter, because in their hearts there is one thought: I am guarding my country. I am defending my people. That is the spirit of BRP Jose Andrada. That is the strength that cannot be measured in tons or knots. Strategically, ships like PC-370 are the silent guardians. The frigates and corvettes may get more attention, but these patrol crafts fill the gaps, the countless narrow straits and shallow harbors where larger vessels cannot go. They are the ever-present eyes and ears of the Navy. They extend sovereignty, not by making headlines, but by being there, day after day, patrol after patrol. It is that quiet, consistent presence that makes a difference. And in recent years, with tensions in the South China Sea and challenges from illegal fishing and transnational crime, the importance of these ships has only grown. BRP Jose Andrada and her sisters stand as a line of defense. They are not warships built for battleship duels, but they do not need to be. Their mission is deterrence through vigilance. Their mission is to raise the cost for anyone who would dare to violate Philippine waters. Their mission is to let the people of the island sleep knowing someone is out there, watching over the sea. The technology aboard may not be the most advanced, but it is enough. Communications equipment keeps the ship connected to Naval Command. Radar provides eyes even through the rain. Maintenance teams keep the diesel engines running, because at sea reliability is more valuable than luxury. The aluminum hull requires care, but with that care, the ship remains light and fast. Incremental upgrades over the years, better radios, modernized mounts, improved navigation, have kept her relevant even decades after commissioning. But ultimately, the story of BRP Jose Andrada is not about steel. It is about people, about the crew who sail her, who know every bolt and rivet, who trust her as she trusts them. About the officers who stand on her bridge, scanning the sea for signs of danger. About the gunners who polish their weapons not just out of duty, but out of pride. About the engineers who keep the engines roaring. Every single sailor who serves on PC-370 becomes part of her legacy, and through them, the spirit of Jose Andrada himself lives on. The ship may be modest, but her impact is profound. When coastal communities see her silhouette against the horizon, they feel safe. Fishermen know they can go to sea without fear of harassment. Children in island villages know that if disaster strikes, someone will come. The presence of BRP Jose Andrada is reassurance, protection, and pride woven together. So as you listen to this story, I ask again, do not let these sacrifices go unnoticed. Do not let the men and women who spend their lives at sea be forgotten. Subscribe to this channel, not for me, but for them. Every subscribe, every share, every view is a tribute. A tribute to those who defend not only our waters but our dignity as a nation. This is BRP Jose Andrada, PC-370. Lead ship of her class. A guardian of the coasts. A servant of the people. A vessel named after a pioneer. A ship that has written her story not in ink, but in salt water and sweat, in long nights and high seas. She remains active today, a quiet sentinel against the horizon, reminding us all that true strength does not come from size or firepower. It comes from loyalty, vigilance, and the unbreakable will to defend what is ours. So subscribe, support, and keep this story alive. Because as long as we remember, as long as we honor, BRP Jose Andrada will never just be a ship, she will be a symbol.